just kind of having to step in for David?
I mean, the biggest thing is always the next man up. It's just being ready for the opportunity. Coach Rack talked this week about, the next man up and being ready for the opportunity. And that's all it was, just preparation, being ready, practice like I'm going to play, like I did today.
John McClain.
Duke, what's it like to be on offense when you have two long touchdown passes like that? How much does that help?
It helps a lot. Just knowing that at any given time we can make a big play and score a touchdown from anyone on the field.
Brandon Scott.
Duke, y'all strung together quite a few really good offensive games now. What have you seen from this offense that's allowed it to grow from where we saw it from the start of the season?
I think it's trust and believe. We trust in the person who's calling the plays. We believe in Deshaun and getting open for him and protecting him, because we know if he's off the ground and he's on his feet, he can make any throw in a row.
Ari.
Duke, I'm not sure how much you can see it when you're running a route or blocking, but what impresses you about what Deshaun does on the ground?
Just his ability to make plays out of nothing. A lot of times today he used his legs to get us the first down when we needed. His read that he wanted to throw the ball wasn't there, so he took off and had a lot of crucial runs for us today.
Last question for John McClain.
Do you think Deshaun, he said this week he thinks he's playing better than he's ever played in his career. Do you think the passing game is working better this season than it was last season?
I think it's still too early to tell. I think we still have a lot of football left to play, but we're definitely making strides that we want to make. We have the playmakers that can make plays at any given time from anyone on the field, and we're getting there. But we're still, still a long season left, and we still have a lot of football to play to be the offense we want to be.
Thank you, Duke.
Thank you.
JJ.
Hey, JJ, congratulations on your 100th career sack and the win. What's the feeling like for you to contribute in that way and also to get a victory? There have only been two of them now, both of them against the Jaguars.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to get a victory. I mean, obviously we want to get as many of these as we can. It's, talked about it before, it's not a fun feeling when you're not winning. So to get a win today feels good. Made it closer than we should have. But I mean, you got your top two corners out. You got your top three outside linebackers out. You got your starting middle linebacker out. To get a win today is good for our guys. Everybody rallied. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we got to win and we got it done.
JJ, the young guys that had to play like John Grenard, Ross Blacklock, what did you think of some of the things that they did? They haven't played a lot of football, especially John, but what did you think of how they performed?
Oh, I mean, I was out there, so I couldn't watch them, but I'll have to watch the film and see how they played. We got the win, so obviously they played well enough for that. And I know that it's very valuable to get those guys on film, to get those guys reps for them to watch and learn and grow from. So I think no matter how they played, it's good for that, for their growth in that process. So I'm looking forward to watching the film and being able to go over it with them and help them grow.
John McClain.
JJ, how did you prepare for a quarterback you hadn't seen in the NFL, and what did you think about Luton's performance?
I thought he played well. I mean, when you come out on whatever it was, the third play of the game and throw a 75-yard touchdown, that's got to be a pretty nice confidence boost for you on your first ever start. But, I mean, you prepare the way you prepare for anybody. You watch a little film, you try and watch some of his college film, but, I mean, I'm a defensive lineman. I'm not going to get a whole lot out of that. So you just prepare to play the football game and go out there and do what you do.
Christy Rican.
JJ, I know you're focused on wins and helping the team win, but can you reflect a little bit on reaching the milestone of 100 sacks and what it means to you and being the first one at the Texans to reach the mark?
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before, I appreciate the sentiment and everything. I probably should have done this 3 or 4 years ago. So it's not necessarily, it's a big deal, but it's, to me, it's past due. So, but like I told the guys in there, anytime a personal achievement in this game is accomplished, it's because of many, many people. It's never just one person. This is the ultimate team game. So it's all my teammates, linebackers and DBs covering, D linemen helping push a pocket, offense putting teams in tough situations where you get to rush the passer in the fourth quarter. All that stuff comes together. All the people behind the scenes helping you out. So it's a team sport. And while it's me who got to the 100 today, there's a whole lot of people who had a hand in that. So I'm thankful to all of them.
Adam Wexler.
JJ, a minute ago, you mentioned all the guys that had to step up with so many guys out. You got about a month's worth of games with Terrell Adams now back there with you at middle linebacker. What do you think about what he's done with those games he's been out there?
Yeah, I think he's got some juice. He flies around. He's always got energy. He's willing to fly around. He's willing to throw his head in there. So I think he's done a good job, and I've enjoyed it.
And at the end of the game, your defense got them off the field twice, including your strip sack, and then you needed to do it one more time. How do you look at how the defense played there, fourth quarter?
Yeah, on that last drive at the end, and we got them off with the strip sack, and then they got the ball back and had a chance to go down the field and score. I personally am looking forward to going back and looking at the film because the ref explicitly told me that I was not held on one play, and I explicitly told him that I was. So I'm interested to see how that one goes down. But we got to get off the field there before we get down to the two-yard line on a 2-point play. That's, as a defensive player, that's what you live for. And obviously, like I said, we had all the guys we had out, but at crunch time, you got to find a way to make a play. And at the two-point play, we did. So we won the game. Take it.
Brandon Scott.
I guess this is really just following up on that same idea, JJ. Is just you said that it was a little too close and things like that earlier when you got it on. Just what are you kind of focusing on in defeat here? When you go back and look at the film, what are some of the things that you're going to be looking for?
You're going to be looking for all the different ways you can improve. You can't be picky when you win. You gotta take the win and you appreciate it, but you gotta watch and see where you can improve. And like we said, there's a lot of guys who are playing a lot more football than they thought they were going to be playing. And so we got to watch that film and make sure that we're growing and getting better as quickly as we possibly can.
Last question for Ari.
Hey, JJ, following up a little bit on what John was asking, is there a different way to prepare for a guy who maybe it's making his first start or first couple starts, a rookie like that?
No. Personally, this is just me speaking personally, but I believe that there's an aspect of the game where you watch and you're playing, you study what somebody else is doing, but at the end of the day, you should make it about them trying to stop you. So I think that you can give a credit to other teams and you can give credit to who they are and what they do, but you should have that confidence in yourself that no matter who they put out there, no matter what scheme they try and do, no matter how they try and attack you, you're going to find a way. Doesn't always work, but in an instance like this where a guy's never played an NFL snap, you got no film on him. What are you going to do? How much are you going to learn from Oregon State film? You learn a little bit. I'm sure we've learned a little bit, but as a defensive lineman, me watching Wazoo pass rushers against Oregon State's not going to help me a whole lot, So, you go out there and you play football and you do what you do.
Thanks, JJ.
Great. Thanks, JJ.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, thank you. Zach, you guys were pretty short-handed today. What was it like? You look around the huddle, look around when you break the huddle, and you're seeing a lot of people that you don't normally play with.
Of course, it's sad when you see guys go down, but everyone we've been playing with these same guys for this entire season, going in, and even back to before the season. So it's not like the new faces that are actually out there. It's guys that you've actually been around, guys that you played with. So you still have that trust in them to step up, into the fill that role.
Was it difficult to play without Bradley Roby, your guys' top corner?
Yeah, it's definitely a piece of our defense that he provides a big piece of defense. So it was definitely different, having to go out there and play. But I feel like the guys, that we had step up, they were able to get the job done.
Brandon Scott.
Hey, Zach, I know you told us before that you felt like you left some plays on the field, but today it seemed like you were kind of really back to your old self? Would you classify this as maybe your best game of the season? And how did you feel out there today?
I mean, I wouldn't say my best game. I feel like I played good enough to get the dub. I played decent out there. Obviously, I made some plays, but I feel like there's still more that I could have been able to do out there.
Cody Stutes.
Zach, when you have so many guys that come on the field to fill in for injuries or guys that are out, how much does that fall on you as one of the veteran guys on the field, as well as one of the guys that helps get the defense set? How much communication do you have to have, in the huddle before the play as things get going?
Obviously, communication plays a big part. For me, it's just getting out there, make sure I bring the other guys along with me. Anybody that's coming in that hasn't gotten those game reps in, just getting them in there, getting them acclimated to the speed, and everything that goes on with the game, just bringing along with me.
Last question for Cody Davis.
Hey, Zach, congrats on the win. With the defense extremely thin, do you feel like there was a little bit more pressure on you to be able to pick up the slack?
No, I didn't really feel that pressure. I mean, like I said, I trust all the guys that, they were able to come in and step into their roles. Trust them, they're going to make their plays. They're going to do their jobs. And just knowing that I could trust them around, playing around me. I mean, I really didn't feel any much pressure.
Great. Thank you so much, Zach.
Thank you.
Talk about the two long touchdown passes from the time you threw the ball till they ended, what you were thinking when you saw those guys go the distance.
Just give them space and let those guys go to work, especially the first one, the first drive, the Brandon. He caught it. They made a great block on the outside, and he got on the edge. And once he get on the edge, with those guys, they, got speed and they got, some distance, and they can really run. So that's all we needed, with some little space. And Brandon took his, and then Will, we seen I missed him earlier, and he brought it to the sideline to me. So, I wanted to come back to him and gave him a chance, and I threw it up. He made a great catch, and after that, he did the rest. So, with guys like that can really run, you just give them a chance, get the ball in their hands, and let them go to work.
Aaron Reese.
Hey, Deshaun, early in the season, there was one game where Brandon didn't have a catch, and I think Will had a game without a catch too. But these past 5 games, you've targeted each of them at least 5 times. As you've just grown more comfortable with this set of weapons, are you at all more making more of an effort or more cognizant of making sure you get both of those guys involved every game?
I mean, of course, they're the 2 receivers that, we want to get the ball in their hands, but all the receivers, none of our receivers, going to a game, begging for the ball, our job is to find the open guy, depending on how things are going to do. Some games where, like we played Green Bay and they bracketed Will, and let the other guys, play free. And in this game, they kind of played a little bit more man. And so everyone had opportunity depending on the concept and the route running and down the distance. So everything just played a part in that. And, the beauty of it is not one of our, skill guys are selfish, and all those guys want everyone to be successful. All of them want to go for 100. And we all, encourage each other to keep doing that. So that's the beauty of it. And we just keep, passing the ball around and loving. And when guys get the opportunity, they take advantage of it.
As a duo, though, what sort of threat are those two, just 2 opposing defenses when they're both clicking as they have been today?
Big plays, explosive plays, possession plays, everything. And you throw in, you got Cobb and Stills when he comes in, and then, get those tight ends rolling, it can be very, very scary. So we still putting the pieces together and getting that chemistry building up, and, things are, continuing to roll.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Deshaun, what does it mean to you to have Will still on this team? He was someone that was shopped at the trade deadline. He's caught a touchdown pass in 6 consecutive games now.
Nah, they weren't going to do that. It would have been hell if they would have did that, for sure, honestly. But, I'm glad that they continue to play with Will. We've been making a lot of big plays since I came in this league together. And I'm continue to do that, as we continue to go the rest of this year and hopefully the rest of our career.
Brandon Scott.
Deshaun, there's a lot of talk, mainly among us and fans, about how often you should run the ball and how they should use you in the run game. But when you're able to make those type of plays with your legs like you were today, what does that do for you guys as an offense?
I mean, teams know that. So they do things where they try to disguise they have a linebacker or, depending on what the run concept is, sitting out there. So, yeah, there's opportunities for me to.
There's a swell.
Ari?
Hey, Deshaun, I wanted to ask you real quick your thoughts on the in-air adjustment that Will made on that touchdown catch, and then also more running, kind of on what Brandon was saying. Was that scheme based, or did you make a concerted effort to run more today?
I don't hear him at all.
Neither do I.
Hang on, we're trying to fix it real quick.
Yeah, sorry. Can't hear.
Mic check.
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry, can we do that one over? I didn't get anything you said.
Okay. Yeah, first of all, real quick, Deshaun, I wanted to see what you thought about Will's in-air adjustment he made on the deep touchdown pass, and then also on running the ball. Was that scheme-based, or did you make a concerted effort to run more today?
No, it wasn't scheme-based. I was just made plays, and the holes opened up, so I just kind of, took it and ran with it. But, yeah, the play that he made with that, the beauty for me is just give him a chance. And he does a great job of adjusting, seeing the DB and playing the ball, and he went and got it and took it to the crib. So, for me, I just got to give those guys a chance to let them make plays.
Thanks, Deshaun.
Last question for Adam Wexler.
Deshaun, on that particular play to Will, were you aware that the play clock had already reached 0 a couple of beats before the snap, uncalled?
Yeah, I did. But we ain't get no flags, so I guess that's what money do.
And then overall in the fourth quarter, you guys had the ball a couple of times to put the game away if you just scored on offense. How do you feel like offensively things went differently in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, we could have did even a better job of really putting the game away. We had opportunities, but we didn't capitalize. They did a good job. You got to give them credit of scheming up a third down, a couple of third down pressures to get us off the field. But if we could have punched at least, 10 more points, a touchdown and a field goal in the fourth quarter, that could have really put the game away. But, yeah, that's a good learning lesson for us to, carry over to next week and really try to do that, especially when we go on the road. Then we play Cleveland next week. So it's going to be a good opportunity for us to improve that and try to, put games away.
Great. Thank you so much, Deshaun.
Tell us about the touchdown catch from the time you left the line of scrimmage to the time you got to the end zone and that adjustment you made.
Yeah, he just, threw it my way, gave me a chance, and then I saw that I think it was a good ball because the DB was over top of me. So, I mean, it was just an easy adjustment, just come back to the ball, and then didn't see anyone in front of me, and then just, ran.
Aaron Wilson?
Hey, Will, to continue to be here, to have, been shopped at the trade deadline, what does it mean for you to still be with the Texans and to have 6 consecutive games with touchdown catches now?
Yeah, it means a lot. I want to be here. I love playing with the guys here. I love playing with Deshaun. I got drafted here, been here my whole career, so, I love it here. And then just, continuing to score every game, just doing my best to help the team win. And hopefully we can keep, stacking the wins.
Aaron Reese?
Well, what do you think of the sort of duo you and Brandon have become these past, I think, 5 games in a row? You guys have each gotten 5 targets each.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's great. If we both get targets, and the other guys too, Randall and Kenny, and I think we're gonna be a great offense, explosive offense. We just got to keep it going and be consistent.
Christy Regan.
Will, when you guys have those long touchdown receptions like you did today, how demoralizing or tough do you think it is on the defense whenever y'all are able to complete plays like that?
Yeah, I think it's very tough because, like you said, it's just one play and it's a big chunk play, and then it also opens up a lot of other things against the DB you're facing. So I think it's great that we got those 2 big chunk plays.
Adam Wexler.
You kind of mentioned how much you like being here. You guys were off all those days leading up to the trade deadline, and then the day itself, Tuesday. What was that day like for you as the day went on and as the deadline passed?
To be honest, it really sucked. Just being shopped around like that. Just giving this organization my all. Coming to work every day. Very unselfish player. Do everything they ask, and then just to be shopped around. It's I don't know. I did feel a certain type of way, but like I said, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to play with Deshaun and continue to try to get wins with this organization.
Is that something you and your agents will continue to have in mind moving forward? You're obviously headed to free agency.
I'm just focused on staying healthy and helping my team win.
Sarah Barshop.
What is it about you and Deshaun and your relationship that has helped you guys have so much success when you're on the field together?
Well, for one, just the chemistry. I think we're going on 4 years now, so this is the longest I've ever played with a quarterback in my football life. So I just think just building that chemistry. All the practices we've had together, we've had 4 training camps together, and a bunch of games. So just the chemistry that's I think it's going to continue to get better.
Last question for Brandon Scott.
Hey, Will, I know it's been a strange year for everybody, and especially even in college football, but going back to that chemistry with Deshaun, what is it like for y'all going back and forth when Clemson and Notre Dame play each other on a Saturday night, and especially when you're
I'm just going to answer the question. I think it's always fun, when you got players on team who went to a different school and your team play each other. But I'm always gonna regret losing to them when I was there. We went up to Death Valley College game day. It was pouring. They had a great quarterback in Deshaun, and we came up short by 2 points. But it's always great to get bragging rights because that was a great game. I stayed up the whole time and watched it, and the Irish pulled it out. Go Irish!
Thanks so much, Will.
Thank you.